Aris Junicio is one, and Laput played well.
Yeah.
Interesting to see if in game 2, if Coach Chito Victorero will maybe start a bigger lineup, maybe not play Halalon and Baroka together. I love those two. I said before, it's the best backcourt in the league.
Correct.
But for some reason, it has not worked against TNT.
Yeah.
It has not worked against Mikey Williams.
Because
I don't know.
it's just it's just Mikey being Mikey.
No, I think Mikey is too strong for both of them, and maybe the size is there, and he's as quick as the two.
Right.
So I think you need to play Mikey Williams with a bigger player, and they did that, as I said, with Rafi Rivis. So maybe a guy like Aris Junicio could be the one to stop Mikey Williams because of his length.
So Mikey scored 26 today, right? He's came into the series almost at 28 points, so he's right there. If you're Coach, what do you tell your team for game number 2? What's the realistic thing to say here?
You really have to. I mean, because Mikey has done this, you cannot say that Mikey will. Let's hope Mikey will have a hope.
Yeah.
Because they did this to them. He did this to them in the finals. So you really have to scheme against Mikey Williams. Hopefully, the big men of TNT will not play well. You maybe have some double teaming, some trapping. But I think maybe putting some size on him early in the game, play physical. Most of the Philam players, they don't like to be played physically. So maybe play him a little bit more physical. That's why I think someone like an Aris Junicio could be a surprise starter. Let him defend against Williams, shackle him a bit. Because when he is on a roll, it becomes easy for guys like Pugoy, guys like Obuntin, because of the confidence of the team really goes up.
Which is basically what happened today. Dahil yung si Mikey, from the start, diba? Especially that second quarter where I think he scored like 12 points right away. Parang open things up for everybody else.
He did his damage in the first half.
First half, exactly.
He didn't really have to score much in the second half anymore because Pugoy took over, Cobontin as well. Castro, of course, will always have his moments.
Parang kagat ng dila na si Mikey dito. Siya na talaga yung topic natin dito because he's just been that great. Go ahead, Pao.
So when you look at Magnolia right now, syempre we're gonna try and figure out what adjustments we're gonna make and game plan. You talk about the size. They already beat TNT in terms of rebounding. Their points in the paint was dead even. When you look at how they could utilize their size more and hopefully get Paul Lee more open looks. Paul Lee, scoreless from beyond the arc, mind you, which rarely happens. What are the biggest adjustments you see apart from changing the guy on Mikey Williams defensively?
The top three guys, the three guards, they just have to shoot better. Halalon, Baroka, and Paul Lee. The top three guys of TNT, you mentioned them earlier, Paolo, Williams, Pugoy, and
Cobontin.
And Castro.
Castro
all scored about 50% or close to 50%. Those three guys struggled. Struggled from the perimeter. No way. They're not going to beat TNT if Paul Lee doesn't score with a good percentage. Paul Lee and Baroka.
All right, so we're gonna move on now to the other series that's ongoing at the moment, and just so everyone knows, just in case you see this, actually the third quarter just started. So if you catch this later on, this is the context: 63-43 right now in favor of the San Miguel Beermen. So the San Miguel Beermen, you mentioned it a while ago. The team that played the extended series is the one suffering earlier on. Is that just that same case for you? Or
emotional din. Super emotional.
Both those teams, Meralco now and Magnolia in the first game, I will give them a bit of a pass in game 1 because of what they went through.
Meralco, you mean?
Both Meralco and Magnolia.
Okay.
So, but we'll probably see a better, something better from Meralco, especially from Meralco in game number 2. I think they're spent, especially their bigs. And now they have to play against Junmar. So they're a bit spent. So maybe let's see if they can bounce back better in game 2. Not that it's done. Not that it's already done. But there's definitely the fatigue factor. It's a factor right now.
Who are you looking at that has to really shine for Meralco in this series against SMB?
It has to be the front court. If Junmar dominates, and then you still have Vic Manuel. Dondial played a fantastic first half.
Yes, he did.
I was watching on the way
Today.
here. Today. So
Yeah.
if that happens, there's no chance for Meralco to win this. They have to hold their own, especially in the defensive end. Hodge, Almazan, even guys like Jose, Pascual. They have to be able to at least minimize the impact of Junmar Fajardo.
You know, just looking at the numbers here right now, and for those who are wondering, at the moment, yung top scorers ng Meralco are Cliff Hodge with 10, Raymar Jose with 8, and Chris Newsom with 7. You look at that scoring profile, and it already tells you that they're having a hard time getting to the finding the bottom of the net. You look at the front court you mentioned, is it just the case of trying to contain a guy like Junmar, or do you feel that offensively they also have to complement what a Newsom brings, what a Aaron Black brings?
They do, because if they trap the guards, they have to score. They have to convert. They have to make it easier for the guards. But they're not expected to score. When it
Yeah.
comes to scoring, you need 15 points from Alain Maliksi. You need 15 points at least from Aaron Black. Maybe 18 from Chris Newsom. If they don't produce those numbers, it's going to be difficult to be competitive against San Miguel.
Coach, quickly, other than Junmar, who else is going to do damage in your eyes? Who's going to maybe surprise somebody here in this series?
It's not a surprise, but it's CJ Perez.
CJ
Yeah.
Perez.
It has to be CJ Perez. To me, CJ is already the most important player in this team, because
Really?
Junmar is so
See,
good.
he's surprised.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah.
See, tama.
No, that's surprising.
I'm just saying, because Junmar doesn't have that game-long dominance anymore.
Okay.
You cannot expect Junmar to play 36 to 40 solid
Sustained excellence throughout the
MVP
game.
minutes.
Okay.
It's not
Okay.
there anymore. It's
Okay.
not. He'll do it for maybe 20. If there's a game 7, he'll do it maybe for one game. But to ask Junmar to do it every single game,
Right.
it's
Yeah.
difficult. So he has to be CJ.
Okay.
And for CJ, the spotlight is also on him. He has not won a championship with San Miguel.
That is true.
This is his chance, and he has to be the one leading at the forefront for San Miguel to win this.
Opportunity.
He leads the scoring
There
at
you
the
go.
moment, by the way, with 20 points. Don't see CJ Perez
Perfect.
shooting at 66% of making Sir Mark look very, very good with his prediction.